Bourbonbarkeep, my name's Curtis, and maybe it's because I'm not a big Maker's Mark fan, as I sit here with 3 bottles in front of me, but kind of exhausted, not gonna lie to you. It's just, how do we keep up with the series that they're doing? They got every pick with every stave combination imaginable, apparently. You got the wood finishes, you got the lost recipes, you got DNA, and now the cask strength is age stated. So this was cheap enough, I'm like, yeah, let's do that. Maker's Mark continues the trend of distillers adding age statements, upping age statements. Maker's Mark kind of doing both here. Their cask strength Maker's Mark is now age stated. And depending on where you get, what batch you get, it could vary by age, but ultimately their cask strength used to be not age stated, but rumored to be 5 to 6 years old. Now they're pumping out, at least this batch, 7 years, 3 months. These can go all the way up to 8. Allegedly, they won't be dipping below 7 now. Depending on what batch you get, this one's gonna be 112.8 proof. They can go all the way from 107 proof to, I believe, 114 proof. So, I mean, they're gonna have to vary slightly at least. Taste, nosing, things that we care about at this point. But at least for this one, this is the only one I could find. Every place I went, it was 7 months, 7 years, 3 months, 7 months. That would be not great. But figured, why not? Then I ran into Costco. They had the lost recipe. I was like, well, SLB loved it. I like those guys, so picked it up at Costco. Costco price, I'm like, yeah, let's do that. And then it was 2025, and I was like, well, this is not 2025, so maybe we're just gonna hang out with it. And then lo and behold, new Maker's Mark. I'm like, guess what? We get to use it, so that cost per use is just $1, probably $1 lower. So, running into some specs of these guys, we kind of hit on the 7-month age stated piece of this. So going down the line, we got the Lost Recipe number 2. This was in 2025. Supposedly they audited, I guess, the other recipes that other people have actually done, so kind of their private selects. And they were like, hey, no one tried this combination, let's do that. And then I read that and I was like, did I just get like the bastard Maker's Mark recipe? So read the labels, not just the price tag when you're buying it. Then 2025 also, they had the Keepers release, their wood finishing series. Keep up with me, I know it's a lot of series, but the wood finishing series, this was their first one, was the Heart release. Really enjoyed it, especially not as Maker's Mark guy, I actually really enjoyed it. This one, the Keepers release, instead of the French oak staves, they went with the new white American oak staves. Different profile. It was kind of a fun, kind of geek out, hey, this is French oak, hey, this is the virgin white American oak. Just gotta learn something in that episode. But ultimately, I wanted to put them together. See, Candy 40 is what I picked it up at Total Wine, sorry. I really try the local places, but it was $10 cheaper. So $10 it's a lot. So sorry. $40. I think SRP is $48.50. So checks a lot of boxes when you're talking about a nice budget pour. So let's well, we got it poured up, but we'll just do the like, subscribe, and apparently no transition. So we're gonna work our way up from a $48 bottle to $60, $65 to $75. Can we just go budget, readily available on shelves, or do we need to wait for yet another limited edition to be dropped by Maker's Mark to actually enjoy their stuff? Let's get this on the nose and find out. Wife just got done putting the kids to bed, so we're gonna pause. Tell you what, lady weighs like 100 pounds, walks around like a damn rhino. She's not even angry, which is alarming as well. Anyways, so got to spend some time with it, just sniffed it. What else was I supposed to do at this point? Kind of went back and forth. There were some really nice things about it to where you had this great kind of vanilla icing, nice caramel in there. And then it kind of started bringing me into great pastry. With it being a wheater, you're kind of like, okay, is it gonna go grainy, kind of like a cornflake? This one going a little more nice pastry, almost brought me into like a cheap cinnamon roll, like a place that doesn't specialize in cinnamon rolls, but the smell is still nice. Like a Panera. They just got too much going on. Lock in, and they didn't lock in on the cinnamon roll. There was some ethanol-y coming out. I wouldn't go as far as like a nail polish, but there is like a little ethanol on it. Yeah, like that cinnamon innards. Innards of the cinnamon roll. Like that nice baked, overbaked cinnamon goodness, maybe a little maple in there. And then I typically get a dark chocolate in there, so maybe that ethanol is bringing me into dark chocolate rather than a milk chocolate. Overall, nose is quite appealing. I am gonna probably try and give it a little more credit in terms of like it being $40, $50. But overall, I would guess this is a little richer. Let's get on the palate and see. Okay, not bad at all. Finish, low lacking. Let's get to the palate first. Nice, that vanilla icing starts to bring me into more of like a buttercream, butterscotch, both, if you will. Nice cherry, maybe like a candied cherry. Chocolate's still there, but like I said, at least first sip, little drying, does leave the palate a little quick, but that 112-ish proof, well, what do we say, 0.8, so we can be professionals about it. 112.8. Good finish in the chest. Feel it. Could be first sip. Doesn't hang around a ton, but what is there is very nice. Let's do a sip 2, and then we'll move on. Second sip was spicier, actually. I mean, typically it dials it down. A little spicier. That's cinnamon, maybe a nutmeg, kind of ramped up a bit more. Chocolate, a lot more chocolate and cherry came out on sip 2. Still gonna stick with kind of this nice butterscotch and buttercream. Decent amount of oak. I mean, when you're talking about 7 years, that's not super old. Obviously older than their non-age stated cask strength, but a pretty great presence of oak there. If I'm poking holes, it just leaves the palate a little quick. Doesn't hang around too long. I've had others leave me quicker, personally and on this table. But ultimately, that's actually really good. Now, we're gonna step up in price. See, $60, $65 was the lost recipe. Should that have stayed lost? Should that have just stayed on Jurassic Park and you don't bring a T-Rex into the city? Like, what are we thinking? A lot more wood. Like, I wouldn't go oak necessarily, just like a high quality lumber. Cherry, vanilla, not going into more of an icing, more just vanilla. Just gonna see what would pop in, but can't go ice cream. It's definitely not custard. It's just when you think of vanilla, you're with me. There's kind of like this nice fresh mint just lurking in the background behind this great cherry, chocolate, oak, lumber, if you will. The mint's kind of intriguing. Don't usually pick that up on a weeder. Let's get on the palate. Seems sweeter. Sweeter, definitely more cinnamon heavy, but like a extra hot red hot. I was thinking the Atomic Fireball, and then I went Red Ball. That's tough look. A lot more cinnamon on the lost recipe. That vanilla ramped up, dark chocolate, slight bitterness in the back. Oak kind of goes away. It's okay. Finish is about the same. What's this proof? We didn't even talk about the proof. 110.9, so just a touch below. It's about the same. So a little lacking, touch sweeter, but touch spicier. Let's get second sip. Man, I hope you already subscribed. Sip 2, about more of the same. I did feel like there was kind of like a nuttiness that started to come out, like a pecan or something along those lines. Not peanut, not salty, just a nice pecan, followed by just a rush of cinnamon. It's actually really hot and did not die down on sip 2. Let me see real quick. Do a little lighter nose on the 7-year, a little more oak coming out. This one, a little richer, but I don't know. You gotta be really getting in there with it. Ultimately, we'll do a revisit, give some final thoughts. We'll keep moving on. So $75, Keeper's Release 2025. Personally, I thought 24 was a touch better just for my personal palate. A lot of people really enjoy the Keeper's Release. So curious if this opened up. Was I wrong? These are always the fun episodes where you're like, missed. We gotta compare. I mean, the point is the spotlight, right? Much more dense flavors on the Keeper's Release than 7-year. We'll just go with that. I do really like this nose. Butterscotch is still there, so some similarities, but a nice raspberry comes through on the Keeper's Release that I'm really feeling right now. Good vanilla, so still sticking away from that vanilla icing, a little sweeter. This one, denser flavors. Easily my favorite nose of the 3. I did a quick go through. It's starting to kind of mute the 7-year. I mean, you're talking almost double the price. But man, that butterscotch, raspberry, good vanilla custard, decent amount of oak in this one, which you would imagine with, just 10 oak staves just shoved in there. Yep, like that one. All right, cheers. A lot going on. Oak really shining through. That cherry really ramped up. Good vanilla, nice maple sweetness in there. I don't really get the red fruit, well, I guess cherry, but that raspberry kind of lost. A little disappointed in that. Smoothest start to finish. Definitely lingers the longest to where you can taste, almost experience the price jump. But in terms of tasting profile, I mean, all decently similar. Yeah, there's been a couple things that have come out, but they're nice, just cherry forward, some chocolate, vanilla, and some type of kind of pastry, if you will, going on. Let's get Keeper's Sip 2, see if anything else. That's delightful. Definitely the best mouthfeel. This is the lowest proof on the table, 109.3. Make sure we get that 0.3, just every ounce of it. But definitely the best experience. I'm gonna hop back to the cheapest of the bunch and see, can it stand up to the most expensive? I tell you what, that quick back, actually, you know what? For the whiskey snob out there that's like, you gotta take a support. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this water, and then I'm gonna go back, and then I'm gonna do it again. Here you go, this is for you. Color me intrigued. It definitely stands up. It loses the mouthfeel a touch. Is it worth a 30, 35, 20, depending on your area, I guess, jump? I would have a tough time. And this is readily available. I would have a tough time. I'm definitely picking it over the Lost Recipe. I think the Lost Recipe is actually really good. Better than what I remembered. Great chocolate throughout. You're kind of getting chocolate throughout these, but a little more pronounced on these two. Definitely on the mouth, chocolate all the way through, but stands up a little bit more here. So if you're a chocolate guy, you're gonna be over here. This one, the experience is the best. Out of the 3, does it separate itself enough between $40, $50 to very hard to find $75? That's a tough call. This is a lot closer than what I thought it was going to be, actually. Thoroughly enjoyed this blind. Pretty similar across the board, which I do feel like is more of a credit to the 7-year than a snubbed Maker's Mark. Keeper's Release, very good pour. Lost, it is just kind of lost in the shuffle. But credit to the 7-year. I would be very curious how this stacks up against some other wheated. So maybe we throw a good wheated blind in here. Price, not necessarily. We shall see. But ultimately, this was picked up this year. Came out, I think, in 26. I don't know. It did come out in 26. Let's do that. Census categories. Where do we plug this guy in? And I think it's gonna do pretty decent, actually. Let's go, we'll go, I don't know. I feel a little generous tonight. I don't know why. Maybe it's the 3 pours. We'll go 72. I don't know why. 72. I was on 71, but generous night. 72. Now, bang for the buck. This one has no categories, and it frustrates me, and I haven't been able to be smart enough or have enough time to come up with clever buckets at this point. So, if you're a clever guy out there, feel free to pop that into the comments after you like and subscribe, obviously. All right, bang for your buck. Let's call it $48. That's suggested retail, regardless of what Total Wine's pumping out. Suggested retail, $48. Cask strength, a good proof. Will it vary batch to batch? We shall see. But 7 years, a lot of specs on your side at that point. Not being Maker's Mark, diehard fan, actually pretty impressed. So we're gonna go 70. I think this deserves some credit. We'll see how the algorithm enjoys this at the end of the year. Could the rating go up? Could it go down? Yes. So ultimately, I think Keepers is best out of the lineup, but I'm definitely picking this probably over Keepers at the price, and I'm 100% picking it over the Lost recipe, and that was decent. But I think it's better. Let me know what you think. If you've seen any of the other batches, age-stated cask strengths out there, let me know if it lines up with the tasting profile or if it's vastly different. Very curious. We'll keep our eyes peeled if we see another one hit the Kansas City area. Can't figure it out by the dual KC. Not sure why I did that, but I love this hat, and it's cold down here, so we got the fleece hoodie on. What else? That it?